Hi everyone, my name's Adam Lavell and this is a speed edit of a shoot that I did of the Krays twins. I figured rather than just playing background music for this edit, it might be a bit more entertaining if I had a conversation with you guys. I was thinking to maybe explain all the different processes to create this image, but I've done that before, and you're welcome to see previous videos where I've gone through explaining those different processes. But if there is something in the image, in the speed edit, that you feel like you want to ask how I did, or want to offer me some tips on what I could have done better, then feel free to comment below. So I figured it might be fun to just have a chat, you know. So I figured I would just have a freestyle conversation, freestyle chat, on whatever really comes to mind. It might be interesting. You might think, this dude's chatting way too much. I'm going to just focus on the speed edit and mute this guy. And that's totally fine. I get it. Some of you might like the accent and just, not focus on the edit at all and just listen to me talk. That's okay too. Or some of you might find this completely boring and just close the video. And that's absolutely fine. I just really want to just have a chat, what I want to talk about is positivity, like how to make the most of your SL, because it's one of the things that I feel sometimes just going by various different posts on Facebook, SL Facebook, and some comments that people make about their SL experiences. I feel like they're really missing a trick, when it comes to SL. SL is whatever you want it to be, right? You can be whoever you want to be, and you can create the environment that you want to have. People say that if you're negative in RL, then you're going to be negative in SL, and there is some truth to that. But sometimes the reason why we're negative in SRL in real life is because of the circumstances that we're in, the environments that we're in. In SL, we have more of a control of what we do, who we interact with, who we associate ourselves with. And I feel like that in itself is the primary focus on having a positive SL experience, because you are the person in control. I chose to do photography. After maybe 2 years into SL, I took up photography because I found it a way to be something that I could just, take a picture, go into Photoshop and just kind of zone out and just edit. But through that, I developed Adam's models, and I wanted to take pictures of other people because I have the most boring Gavi. Not so much now, but previously I did. So it was a lot more enjoyable to shoot other people. And I got to meet some amazing people through the experience, and then we did some really cool shoots, and we developed great friendships. To this day, some of the people that I've had friendships, that I'm friends with, are people that were models from 4 years ago. Anyway, going back to my point, SL is whatever you want it to be, right? It's tough because you don't know where to start, right? Especially when you're new to SL, you don't know where to go. Me personally, I went to all the adult sims when I first started, like probably pretty much all of us did, right? Or if that's just me, then maybe that says more about me than you guys. But yeah, I went to adult sims, and it got very boring really quickly. So I then decided to hit clubs, like where they were playing decent music that I liked, and I became friends. Well, I added the friend requests from DJs and hosts and club owners and things, and whenever they had a set, I would get like a mass TP, so I would go to all of these places, and I was jamming to the music, and I would just start chatting to random people, just have a conversation. Could be talking about the music, could be talking about the outfit, could be talking about anything and everything. That's what I did. I would just go chat to people, but listening to people's stories, like, I would always ask people, when I was chatting to them in the clubs and stuff, like, how long have you been in SL, and, tell me about their experiences, and I'll be fascinated by their experiences, but most of them tend to be quite negative. The vast majority of them were like, failed relationships, people being cheating on each other, and, it was all like some family drama or whatever. And I remember, there'll be like, I'm chatting to this one person in a club, and she's telling me about the club owners and how bad they are and how they treat people, and I'm thinking, well, what are you doing there in their club? Like, you obviously have an issue with this person or the club owners, but why would you're in control of your SL, right? So why would you put yourself in an environment that you find toxic, or with people that are toxic? I don't get that. It doesn't make sense to me. So I said that to her, and I said to her, how about this? Because we was having quite an enlightened conversation. I said, how about this? I know of a place. Let's go there and let's jam to music there. And we did that. I TP'd her to this other place. It was I want to say Anaconda, but I don't know if it was called Anaconda. It was a club. Anyway, so I went there, and same kind of music that we was listening to before. Completely different crowd to what she was used to, and she ended up having a really good time because she wasn't focusing on the negativity no more. She was just having a good time. And I started to play a game with her, right, where I said to her, right, let's see how many people we can have a conversation with, right? When I say conversation, it can't be hi and then they respond hi back. It's like, I want you to find out something about them, like without looking at their profile, something that's not on their profile. And we both would just start messaging people, and we'd start asking questions and engaging conversation. And then after, like, say 20 minutes, we would, well, actually no, the way we did it is, after we found out something, we would then go back to the other and say, look, I found this about this person. This person is a huge fan of Arsenal, as an example, right? It was just a game, but the idea was for me to prove to her that you don't have to stick to that negative environment. You don't have to keep going back to those negative environments. The SL is a huge place. You can go to other places. If something's not working right for you, if something's not, the people that you're around, the places that you go, if it's not making you feel good, find somewhere else. That's the most amazing part of SL, and that's why I feel when I see some of these posts about people criticising SL, they feel like they spend all their time sitting on platforms, and I get that because I do that a lot, mainly because I'm working on something, but I don't get to venture out as much as I used to. But there is within your capability the ability to change it for the better, right? Try something new. Try going somewhere completely different, something that you've never tried. If you're used to going to clubs all the time, where it's the same group of people and it's the same kind of music, try something different. Try a completely different thing. I went to this country club once. I like my R&B and hip hop. right? But because I was getting mass TP'd from the same hosts and DJs, I was always seeing the same groups of people, which is fine. But then I came across this country club and playing country music, and country music really isn't my thing, but the atmosphere was insane. You know, there was a lot of activity in local chat, and you know, you all you had to do was just sit on one of these post dance circles that they had on the floor, and everyone's doing the exact same dance, you know, and it was quite fun to do, you know. If clubs and, you know, highly populated places is a bit too much for you, then try something completely different. Try surfing. The surfing community in SL, I can't tell you how friggin' awesome it is. I mean, they have regular events all the time, right? They have surf competitions, they have lessons, they have yard sales, they have parties. I mean, the other day they were having a unicorn barbecue party or something of that nature. I think it was two sides. You know, one were defending unicorns and one was putting them on the barbecue. I don't know. I'm glad that I missed it, but there is, you know, a whole range of people from the SL surfing community, and they just do great things. They do such fun activities, and every time I go there, it's just there's always loads of people who just love to have fun. They don't take themselves too seriously. Try Symbol. Now, Symbol is like surfing and football combined, right? And it's freaking awesome. I mean, I wish I had more time in SL where I could play, but it was freaking awesome. Me and Christy would play a lot on Symbol, and for some crazy reason, she was always kicking my butt in Symbol. You know, we're very competitive when it comes to games. But that's another thing, you know, there's so many games that you can play in SL where there's hunts, there's like the Mad P thing that, you know, I don't think you have to spend too much money to participate, but, you know, you go from sim to sim to sim collecting things, and you get to see so much more of SL because of it. But that's, you know, one element of, you know, taking control of your own SL. But another part is how you choose to be in SL, right? If you want to see change, you have to be the change. I know that sounds so cliche, it really does. You know, if you want to see a difference, then become the difference. But again, me personally, I can say from my own experience that if I engage in positive conversations with people, complimenting them and edifying them, and, you know, taking interest in what they do, I get a positive response back, right? And people feel like they're being listened to. They feel like they're being heard, and, you know, that there's genuine interest, and then they engage back, and then you get to have like decent conversations, and then those decent conversations turn into, you know, friendships. You know, you arrange to meet up, you go shopping, you know, you know, share tips and tricks and stuff, and, you know, you engage with each other more, you know, and, you know, that's a way, but it starts from you. It's how you are. If you are the type of person that projects negativity, you know, your Facebook posts, if you post anything, is complaining about other people, And it may be valid complaints, don't get me wrong, right? There are some shady people, and or it could be like a horrible experience that you've had, and you feel like you need to vent, and I get that. But if it's constant negativity, then you will attract negativity. You will attract people who feed off that negativity, and they will stir it. They will add some of their own ingredients into it and just turn it into this just horrible toxic concoction, and you just feel like it just surrounds you and you can't escape from it, because that's all you're putting out. But again, from my own personal experience, right, I personally have bad days. There are times where I feel like, you know what, fuck this. I can't deal with people today. It doesn't matter if they're sending me a nice message or saying something polite or something funny. Like, if I ain't in that mood, then I just won't, right? I mean, those days are very few. Like, they very rarely happen, but they do happen. And then there's days where I just, I'm just, like something in our world's going on, and I just have very little patience. But I know that if I put out more positivity, if I put out more positive vibes out there, whether it's a comment on someone else's post, whether it's showing love for someone else's work, participating in a joke, with having a bit of banter. Like, I mean, some of you see, like me and Maka, we have banter between us. We take the piss out of each other, and it's always jokes, because, I mean, at the end of the day, we're boys. We love each other. We're brothers, and we just love having a good time, and it's all good. And if it makes other people happy, it's all good. But what you put out there is what you get in return, right? You put out goodness, you'll get goodness come back, and it comes back tenfold, like insane amounts, like multiple times. It grows exponentially when it comes back to you, and that's why I love doing the things I do. When I do these challenges, when I do these mass tags, when I do these like these singing clips, if it makes you smile, if it makes you chuckle, if it makes you spit out your tea, then it's good. If it annoys you, if it feels like, oh, here's this dude again, doing something, grabbing attention, whatever, I'm sorry that you see it that way. But, coming back my way, I see positivity. I see goodness. So many great things have happened, that have come my way. I'm a dude in SL, right, that has no experience with creating, that dabbles in photography and editing, right, but has been able to create these challenges, right, and have hundreds of people take part, but also have the support of these sponsors, these like amazing sponsors, these top end, who are so busy and have no reason to sponsor me, but they do, and I'm able to do this every challenge, and it's not because I'm amazing what I do. I'm awesome. We know this, right? That goes without saying. I am awesome, but I'm teasing. But it's because I feel putting good out there, people see that, they recognise it, and goodness, it's like you become like a magnet to good things. And that's what I want this conversation, this whole talk, this whole me rambling, this freestyle to be. The lesson, or the point that I'm trying to make is, we can focus on the negativity, But if we do that, all that will surround us is negativity. If we focus on the good things, the amazing things, the things that we can do in SL, the things that people have done to make SL what it is today, you know, the clothes that we wear, the places that we get to go to, the games that we can play, you know, it's all because people have chosen to dedicate their time and efforts into that. And if we embrace it for what it is, right, a great place for us to be whoever we want to be, to meet people from all over the world. If we focus on that, you will see all the goodness that SL has to offer you. You know, you will develop good, meaningful relationships, you know, friendships with people from all over the world. You'll have respect from people. There's been relationships that have been formed. And I'm so thankful and I'm so grateful for all the friendships that I have. You know, and this is what I want you to, if you personally feel that you're not enjoying the SL, you know, that you find yourself in a negative environment, try something different. You know, try something new. I promise you'll see a completely different SL. Imagine you have a cup of water, clear water, and you drop a bit of black ink into it, just one drop. What happens to that clear water? It changes colour completely. Right? Now, how do you change that water back to being clear without tipping it out and refreshing it? What you do is you pour more water into that same cup until you dilute it enough. The water will overspill, but you dilute it and it will become clear again. It's the same with negativity. You drop a little bit of negativity, just one small bit can completely change an environment. But if you keep pouring positivity into it, eventually you'll see it become clear again and you will see the positivity. And that's what you focus on. Focus on diluting the negativity with positivity. Okay, I think I've rambled on quite a bit. It was all freestyle, so, you know, apologies if it was all over the place, but I hope you found it useful. If not, I hope you at least got to enjoy the speed edit video and see what I did there. Thanks for watching. Stay positive, be happy, do great things. Take care.